Hey, how are you? I had a listener request to talk about healing from heartbreak. I've been through several heartbreaks myself. Many of those are heartbreaks from breaking up with a lover, breaking up from a marriage. When I think about heartbreak, breaking up from a relationship like that, a deep, powerful relationship, I think about number one, losing a best friend. Number two, the end of a dream of a world we were creating together, had created together, we're about to create together. So the end of that dream. Number three, I think there's something to do with energetic entanglement. There's energetic cords from my heart to your heart, maybe my gut to your gut, your brain, my brain to your brain, or whatever. There's energetic cords from person to person that get entangled with each other, oftentimes in a love relationship. And the fourth one is loss of my certainty about who I am, the dissolvement, the dissolution of my story of who I am. So those are four things I can think of right off the top of my head that heartbreak is about. And how do you heal from heartbreak? We're in the middle of it. It's been a while since I've gone through that, but I can, it's still pretty vivid in my body and memory going through the heartbreak. And so how do you heal from that? So let me see if I can go back down through that list. It's like best friend, gone. Pretty much every time I've broken up with a lover or a marriage, that person was my best friend. For the most part, yeah, that person's gone. Yeah, they're gone. Pretty much in every case. So you lost a best friend. That hurts. There's no quick and easy answer for that other than, wow, I lost my best friend. That hurts. And that's so the healing from that is you just got to stick there with that. And that realization is I lost my best friend and it hurts. And you got to stay there and feel that and go through that for as long as you got to. What was the next one I said? Dream of a world. That's a hard one too. It's like this was a partner, a primary, but maybe the primary partner oftentimes. We're dreaming of a world. We're going to do this together. We're going to do that together. Maybe we've set up a nice house together. Maybe we've moved to a new town together. We're going to do this financial plan together. Whatever it is, you got this whole dream of things that you have created together. Maybe you've created a baby or a child together. You've got this whole dream of a world that some of which you've created, some of which you're in the process of creating, and some of which is out there in this future that you're unfurling together. And that dream is gone. That's just like, well, change of chapters, new scene. And again, I don't know if that one was the most painful for me. I don't think so, because I'm not feeling it in my body, but maybe for you or the person you know who's in the middle of heartbreak, maybe that loss of the dream is the painful part. And I guess, again, it's just like, just got to stay there and feel that. What's it like to have lost the dream? The dream is gone. Number three, entanglement of energetic cords. I'm not going to describe that or explain all that. That's its whole own video of energetic cords wrapping around each other from the other person, like tentacles, like an octopus. Just imagine two octopuses together, and they've got their arms wrapped around each other. Use that as a visual aid for what it's like to be energetically entangled with somebody else. I mean, clearly I was energetically entangled to my mother for decades. I've been energetically entangled to lovers for years at a time. In one case, decades at a time. So imagine that you're energetically wound up. And like I said, I'm not going to go into a deep detail of that. That piece of work is something I do have familiarity with, and that requires that you identify where your energetic cords are. Like, are you corded? Is there an energetic cord in your heart going out to the other person? I've done work not with a lover. I've done work. Well, actually, I've done work with my mother. I've done personal work with my brother, just with myself, not necessarily with that person face to face, but it's like I'm going to pull back the mental. I've had mental energetic cords wrapped to my mother and my brother. I can remember doing that work specifically with a lover. Obviously, in many cases, it's going to come from the heart, but you may find it's coming. There's an intellectual cord that you're corded to this part of your body up in here. For sure in your gut, I've done work of I'm corded in my gut to this person. If you may be or may have been financially reliant on that person, so you may be corded down lower in your body. Sexual relationship, that's down lower in your body. So there's different locations, there's different energetic centers of your body. You've probably heard the word chakras. That's a name for it. But without going into the topic itself, just take a look and see which parts of your body, which centers of your body, heart, stomach, groin, head, maybe even throat, which part of you is energetically entangled with that other person. And slowly, one by one, you've got to first identify that, wow, my thoughts are energetically corded to what this other person thinks. There's a cord. I got to pull that cord back. I can't be modifying, correcting, deleting my thoughts based on what this other person's thinking or might be thinking or what I imagine they're thinking. Or for sure, my gut is like, why am I just feeling I just feel it in my gut, like my life depends upon this other person. That's a cord. And as you identify the cord, then you can imagine to yourself either pulling the cord back, like reeling it in like a fishing line, or another good technique I've used is snip, snip. Just imagine you've got a pair of energetic scissors in your hand and snip, snip, you're cutting that cord. And it's kind of a wash, rinse, repeat cycle. You may have to do this many times over days, weeks, maybe even months, and just keep reminding yourself, no, I'm no longer going to be corded to this person at all. And for sure, I'm now going to snip the cord that I'm feeling from my gut, or snip the cord I'm feeling from my heart or my mind or my groin or wherever I'm feeling it. I'm going to slowly do the work of identifying where I'm corded to this other person, and I'm going to disconnect those cords one at a time. And that's hard work. I'm not going to make it sound easy. It's hard work, and it's probably going to take you more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. You got to keep doing it until the visualization of snipping the cord actually becomes energetically, in fact, I've cut the cord. And the last one, this is a good one because I've experienced this in other areas of my life. Like I don't get the job, or I don't have the financial situation I once had, or I thought I had, or business doesn't turn out, or there's a number of things, but in this case, let's say it's the heartbreak from dissolution, the disappearance of a relationship, a love relationship. It's like, oh my God, that was a cornerstone to the foundation of who I considered myself to be. That's no longer part of my story. I'm actually not that person anymore. I don't know if I ever was, but that's hard. It's like, whoa, all of a sudden you've gone from standing on the certainty of the ground of this is my person, this is my life, this is what I'm up to, this is my name, this is my house. And maybe all of that is gone, and now you're free floating through the air looking for another place to land. It's like, well, if I'm not that person anymore, then who am I? And again, this might be slow work. And I would say what I could offer to you right here and now is you got to allow that you're floating through the air ungrounded. And just let that be the way that it is. And so for all of this heartbreak healing work, it's number one, telling the truth, at least to yourself, of, wow, this is the way I feel. Number two, allowing the way that you feel to be the way you feel, and to accept and embrace and say, I'm not going to escape this. Like, it's not like escaping prison where you just break out the window and you take off. It's actually, no, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to walk back. I'm going to stay in the prison, and I'm going to feel what there is to feel till I don't need to feel it anymore. And when I'm done feeling what I need to feel here, that's the healing. The walls of the prison, the walls of the heartbreak will dissolve of their own accord once you're done feeling and experiencing what you need to feel and experience.